worst case scenario where, Mr. Hank, you were talking about not being able to collect taxes. If there is no sales tax that is approved, what happens? Does the state come in and take over the county, or is there any kind of emergency status, or what could the residents expect if there were no sales tax approved?
The state of Ohio does not take the county over. What happens is that the legislators years ago gave that responsibility to the county themselves through three means. They can either do a property tax, they can do a utility tax, or they can do a sales tax. We will be, I remind you again, the only county in the state of Ohio without a county piggyback sales tax come June 30th. So the responsibility and the burden comes back on us. We, as commissioners, have two choices. We can either impose a tax and raise the ire of all of our citizens, because nobody in this room, including yours truly, likes taxes. But we live in the United States. We understand that system. We understand we have to support our level of service, our level of government. Or we, as a Board of Commissioners, can place it before the voters and let the educated voter decide what level of service they want for their quality of life and for their safety in this community. And yes, I get on my soapbox because, as I have said in every community meeting, it is the power of us. It is our county. It is not anybody else's county. We live here. And if we don't demand that, who is going to demand? And why are we hard on ourselves? I mean, a quarter or a half cent. A half cent on $10,000, if my math is correct, is $50. Now, if you're not going to buy a $10,000 item and you're only buying food and medicine, your tax is zero. Is zero, ladies and gentlemen. And as I say to other people, if you think that Judge Brown or I go down to Tuscarawas County to buy a little knick-knack for our grandchildren and think, are we going to pay an extra quarter cent for this? Are you kidding me? We buy for our grandkids, don't we? We never ask anywhere how much their sales tax is. And if you go once in a while up to Cleveland to shop, because some people like to do that, do you think people say, I wonder what this half cent or three-quarter cent is going to add to my bill? No, we buy it because we want it. And this is our county, and we have to take control of our county and decide what level of service we want. I'll get off my soapbox.
Thank you.
And it affects not only county government, it affects your schools, your cities, your villages, your townships, because we will not be able to perform the duties that are required to return monies once we collect them in the county. Once we collect all those tax dollars from all those tax bills, the treasurer and the auditor have to make sure they're dispensed back to the local subdivisions and to the school districts and libraries and parks and MRDD in order for them to run. Changed in this county, and I'm brazen enough to say it, is that the Good Old Boy Network is done. We have full-time officials that come to work every day and do their due diligence and are responsible and hold other people accountable. And this woman, who is a voter and a lifelong resident of this county of 60 years, had it right up to here with the Good Old Boys Network that was occurring down there in that county office building. And if you don't believe it, then you ask why people had been fired when the new officers came in. Because they started to rid the cancer that was existing in that county office building. And I'm not speaking for my other two commissioners or any other elected official. I'm telling you as a former official what I have witnessed through the years down there, and if the county doesn't get fed up and demand accountability, then we're all guilty. And that's exactly what happened when Vince Verstocci stole the money. And nobody held Gary Ziegler accountable until the Board of Commissioners took the fortitude to have him removed. And until we start watching everybody and asking questions and coming out to the community and answering, we will get the government I mean, we want a good government. I don't want that old kind of government.
Actually, I'll just say, if I've offended anybody with my passion, I apologize, but I really don't apologize because I love my county. I'm going to fight for it, and I'm going to do what's right. But we want you to help us do what is right for this county and help us make the right decision.